Coffee Talk with the Jewetts.
Sponsor hopping.
Yeah, no, I see a lot of people that are moving from sponsor to sponsor. The turnover is relatively quick.
I think when you see that, I do think that it is chasing a paycheck.
Really?
I do. Yeah. I mean, why else would it be?
Do you see something wrong with that?
I mean, I guess you can look at it like, oh, well, it's like a job, right? If you find a better opportunity that pays more, like, you're going to go to it, right?
Yeah.
So I can see it from that aspect.
Do you think, like, so I think about if I would sign up for a job and, like, there's this next job that I'm looking for, you're always looking for this next best thing. Do you think you should have held out or, like, screened your first job a little bit better?
Probably.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think just it's someone that's coming up through the ranks so well that there's that many opportunities
Thrown at them? I think it could be maybe a little bit of both.
I guess what's the problem with it?
I guess when you have a sponsor, speaking about like supplement sponsors specifically, like you're putting out their products that you believe in them, you stand behind that company, but it's like, this week I believe and stand behind XYZ company, but next week I'm gonna jump ship and I stand behind XYZ company and their products, and then the next week I'm gonna jump to another. It's like, well, how do we know if you really even like this stuff or take it, or you actually stand behind the product if you're like jumping ship like every couple of months, you know?
Yeah.
It's like at that point, I feel like you are just chasing the paycheck, and you could care less about the product.
Well, I think there's two issues on both sides that come along with it. For one, the supplement company side, the business aspect. So if I was hiring someone for a job, you looked at the resume, oh wow, you've been through 3 other jobs in the past 3 months. It just shows you have like no commitment, no loyalty, and that you might jump ship on me for the next best opportunity, and that you're not that committed into what I'm trying to do here. So for one,
it's like, why would that company want to invest in you?
Yeah, so it kind of gives the red flag out for other companies that are looking for people that want long-term commitments. And I think that you get more opportunities thrown at you that are from the company that's looking for the quick return. Because when you have an athlete jump to the next company, like, they're going to bring their fans, they're going to get viewership, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to try these new products that X Pro is standing behind. But that's going to be short-lived because it's not built on something bigger. So you have that big influx, and those companies are okay with like driving that new money through. So you're going to get companies that are okay with that, but not the ones that want to see you build long-term with them, because you're not displaying yourself as like a long-term athlete.
Yes.
The other thing you brought up was like fans. Like, your fans think you're full of shit.
At least that's how I would perceive it.
I would feel like I would be.
Like,
next week, I'm like, these are the best products. Like, why weren't they the best products last week? Because these company was.
Yeah, it's like I have a whole pantry full of like the last supplement company that you're sponsored by, and now I need to go buy new supplements because now you're standing behind those supplements. I can't believe you.
Here's the thing about supplement companies and sponsors, in at least the current state. For one, most supplements, nothing's game-changing out there. It's all about the same shit. I mean, there's like 5 like real staple supplements that I would take and put like vest time in, and all the companies that I know have some sort of that, right? So why are you going to buy that company's? And that's the question you need to think of as like an athlete. Like, if you sign with that company, why is someone going to go to you and purchase those products? Because they're the best products. Plenty of people have great products. There's a lot of manufacturers that come from the same distributor. They just put different labels on it. And so what you need to hold out for, and what I believe, is finding a company that aligns with your beliefs and values, and the culture of that company matches your own. That won't be shaken and will be something that's long term. And like for myself, like with Animal, like seeing those ads back when I was in high school, like 20 years ago.
Whoa.
I know. I didn't even know what Animal sold at the time. You see this black and white ad, it's like this like silhouette of the bodybuilder, like blue collar, grinding, like just looked like I'm gonna outwork everyone else, my genetics, like it won't matter. You know, I'm gonna work, motherfucker. And that was so inspiring to see.
Well, it's you buy into the culture.
Yeah.
But you're not buying into the product. And it's funny that you say that, because like that was me when I first started working out. Like I didn't know what animal like supplements were, but I did know the Animal poster. Like
Know how that made it feel.
I
right?
knew how it made me feel, and I knew that it was like kind of grungy, like hardworking, like I was like, yeah, that's inspirational. You know, that's what I bought into.
Yeah, that culture, that belief. I would take the products just to support that belief system. The products, there's plenty of companies that make those similar kind of products, but I want to be aligned with one that has that same belief. And so I think if you are an athlete, you need to hold out and look for something that's like that, and don't take the quick paycheck. Everyone's looking to be like a brand ambassador, to get like, hey, well, they'll cover a little bit of my product, you know, my supplement budget, or maybe they're pay for my trunks at a show. It's like, man, just put your time into working a little harder outside of bodybuilding. Like if you're younger, if you're coming up, invest. Like you don't have a lot of value to offer yet. So invest yourself into education, building yourself to where you have value. It's like going to school. Like when you go to college, no one's going to pay you shit because you don't know anything yet. So you go to school, you invest time into learning, so then you can have like this great job and make money. It's the same idea with bodybuilding. Like hold out, invest time in yourself, developing your physique, developing other skills that will relate to bodybuilding, whether it's coaching or training, to then you have this ton of value that you can bring to a company. No, don't get me wrong. If you find a company you align with, like say it is Animal and you want to be an ambassador and you're not going to get some big paycheck yet, that's fine. But you already found yourself a company that you share in the belief system, and even if they were to pay you less, that would be more long-standing. Any other thoughts on it?
I had a thought and then it like poof. So you don't think you should just go where the money is then?
No, I mean, it's the money has to be a part of it and aligned with like where your value is as an athlete, but that should never be the main thing that you're chasing, because I mean, just in life in general, like you need to do things that are going to develop yourself on a personal front, and those will have the greatest motivation and inspiration, and be able to see yourself out into the greatest potential that you can be, versus something low level like status or money. Like there's not going to be any self-growth that happens in positions that are like that, versus something that you truly believed in, that you want to see grow and become something beyond yourself. Right, just like those animal images, like the ones of like Frank McGrath back in the day. Like it's beyond just Frank McGrath, right? It's something that has stirred us all into the way that we, bodybuild and try to pursue greatness. Like it's so much bigger beyond that. If you're just with some company for the money, and there's no like basis of that culture there, it's just built in, like, what's the flavor of the month? And I don't mean the supplement flavor. I mean, what's the trendy thing to post and flash up? Here's the flexing bicep. Like, what is this built in? Like, what is your foundation built on, the culture?
Yeah, is it something that you can truly stand behind and believe in, I mean, I could have teeth whitening sponsors and waist trainer sponsors and all kinds of sponsors. But it's like stuff that I don't believe in and can't stand behind. So it's like, why would I even do it? I don't want that paycheck, of something that I can't stand behind.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do y'all think? Supplement hopping sponsors, should you hold out or should you
take that money?
Take that money.